It's the most wonderful time of the year. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus, all that other jazz. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy MikeOfAllTrades coming to you with a video today about things that pertain to the gift giving season. You know what I mean? First things first, if you like to see, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and turn on those notifications as we make our way to 2K. But without further ado, let's get to it. So it's the holiday season where it's November, and there are lots of things that the good little boys and girls in the world desire, me included. So I also know that there are things that people want and they're wishing for. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I personally have a list of things that I use on the daily that I think that would make a good present. So if you're interested, I'm going to try to tickle everything of my interest and everything else. So let's get around to it. And everything that I talk about will be linked in the description, so you guys don't have to worry about it. So let's get y'all out the way now. My arcade people. Let's start with Arcade 1UP. If you do not have Big Blue, you should get Big Blue. Big Blue is filled with 12 games, for 3 Street Fighter games and a couple of other games. All the games are online with leaderboards and competition, so you can play all these games either by yourself or you can play with other people. It's retailing right now for $5.99. Console Kits put up a video where this week, as of this recording, you can get it with Kohl's Cash for like $430. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something to look out for. Other things in the arcade space that you might want to get is an Arcade Legends Ultimate. It's a great multi-cade, 300 games included. With BYOG, you bring your own games, and people like to seek the sauce. So that's the thing that you might want to do. Other Arcade 1UP games that are coming out: The Simpsons, X-Men's out in the wild right now, Turtles in Time, Terminators 2 if you got a pre-order. Killer Instinct goes up tomorrow, or by the time you watch this video, it'll be out for pre-order. So there are a lot of things that Arcade 1UP's offering as far as that games goes. Like I said, the ALU, you have the Arcade Legends Pinball, which plenty of people keep telling me I should get, and I just don't have room for it. A sleeper hit that a lot of people I think aren't going to really want, but they should want, is the Legends Gamer Mini. This thing came with a puck, and the puck has about 100 games on it, right? You know what I mean? And it's pretty much this puck, and it's pretty much just, it's an ALU, just portable. You know what I mean? And so if you're cool and you sought the sauce, you know what I mean, you can put sauce on it. Like you guys can see, I have a dongle with flash drives in it, so I can take it on the go and do all the cool stuff. You know what I mean? If you're not into at games, and you know what I'm saying, and then there's a Legends Core Max you can buy as well. It's like $150, I think, and you can buy in the store if you want to just rock with those games, etc., etc. If you don't want to buy at games, if you don't want to buy Arcade 1UP, iArcade currently right now has their holiday sale on, and you can get an iArcade for as low as $400, $399 for the 64 gig premium controls and the little stool thing, and it's $99.99 with Shop Pay. So if you want to cheap out, and not spend a bunch of money. And then there's also other versions, like there's the Black Edition for 128, the 128 gig. The version that I'm looking at right now is the Retromania Wrestling Bundle, because I love some WrestleFest. So this bundle right here comes with it, 128 gigs, Soundwalk controls. Like that's a banger deal. So from arcade people, if you don't have it, you should get it, because yeah, it's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I didn't turn that video off, so apologies in advance. I will kill that video now. I'm not editing that out. All right. Also, for my arcade people, you might sleep on it, get a Raspberry Pi. This is my Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. I run all kinds of stuff on there, all kinds of retro stuff. It's easy enough to look online, get an image, hook up a USB controller, or connect a fight stick. I usually play mine with a fight stick. So, you know, like you can go ahead and you can get your online game on like that. So that's for my retro people. Also for my retro people right here, you know what I'm saying? The Hyperkin. Ooh, I dropped it. Aha, I threw it. I caught it. I caught it. We're not hitting it out.
Yeah.
And somebody just said to my YouTube channel, I don't know who that was, but thank you. Yo, the Retron SQ. Yeah, I mean, this thing is great. If you can find it for retail, they're like $80. I think they're going on Amazon for like 120, whatever. And they play actual Game Boy games. I did bring my Hyperkin in here. It's in my bedroom. Sorry, I like getting busy. You know what I mean? So that's that for my retro people. Now, let's talk about current stuff. Let's talk about PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and let's talk about Xbox. Let's start with the Nintendo Switch. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, then you want this. You want an OLED. You want the OLED with the pretty screen and everything else. You know what I mean? Like, see how bright it is? It's vibrant. Everything else, you know. It's $350. Although the regular Switch bundles are starting for $299, starting on the 21st. The Black Friday sale for the third year in a row. They're going to be selling the Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and 3 months of Nintendo Switch Online. Basic, not expansion pack, just so we're clear. Basic Nintendo Switch Online for $299. So if you don't have a Switch or you have a family member that wants to get in the door, you know, that's a good way from get in. If you have man hands like I do, like big old gorilla hands, and you don't want to use those little itty Joy-Cons, then you want these. These are the Hori Split Plaid Pro. I did a review video on it. It's under my one-handed unboxings playlist. And basically, these change the game. Now, while you can't operate them without them being connected to the Switch, they're great for handheld mode. They're phenomenal in Mario Party Superstars. So if you plan on playing some Mario Party Superstars and getting busy and whatnot, and yeah, they just feel really good. They're really well built and they're not that expensive. Something else for the Switch that if you haven't gotten it, I recommend the Hyperkin Admiral. If you can't get a N64 controller, these retail for about $40. They sync up. You can play your expansion pack with them. I'm specifically recommending those for the N64 expansion pack. You know what I mean? You can play online, play some 64, and it works. The only problem is with the Hyperkin Admiral, you lose a home button, and so that's a problem. And then sometimes it's hit or miss. That's why, if you can secure one, you want one of these. The Nintendo Switch Online Nintendo 64 controller. This happened to come today while I was streaming. I was waiting. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't played with it yet. But if you can get one for $49.99, do it. The only problem with this is Nintendo's not putting out anymore this year. So you'll have to wait until 2022. Yeah, that sucks. But to be able to have that, you know, it's a great thing. Let's talk about Xbox. So with the Xbox, you have a couple options. You have the ability to get the Xbox Series X, like that box back there, or you can get the Xbox Series S. I personally would recommend the S because, you know, unless you're planning on doing 4K 120, you know what I mean, you have a TV that supports that or a monitor that supports that, unless you really need a disk drive, for $299, this is a great entry point. You know, the only drawback is the storage, but it's the same drawback with storage on the Series X. It's proprietary storage, which you have to buy their first party stuff, but they're now selling 512 gigabytes, 1 terabytes, and 2 terabytes at, I want to say, $99, $229, and $399 respectively for each price point. But this is a great thing. It's small, it's portable, it can get you in the door. You know what I mean? Game Pass Ultimate, literally. If you want to get little Kimmy or Timmy a console and have them have access to 100 plus games, get them a Series S and get them Game Pass. And Game Pass will keep them entertained. All first party games, they go to Microsoft's ecosystem, so they come out the day they release. Like for instance, today, Forza Horizon 5 is out. If you have Game Pass, you can play it on your Xbox and you can play it on PC. You know what I mean? Speaking of Xbox, I recommend the Xbox wireless headset. I have a video coming on this. I've been wearing these around the house of all places, you know what I mean? But they're really freaking good. I guess I can show you guys real quick, you know what I mean? They're really good. I did stick them back in the box, you know. They're nice, they're comfortable, they sync up with Bluetooth. Like I said, you can use them outside of your Xbox. I've been using them with my phone, TBH, you know what I mean? And they're really freaking comfortable. They're loud. The highs are really high, you know what I'm saying? The highs are nice, the lows are really low. You get good bass out of them, you know what I mean? That's audiophile stuff. I'm sorry. That's my jam, you know what I mean? Also, along with the Xbox, you might want to get a Series 2 Elite controller. And this is double purpose because you can use this with your PC and you use it with your Xbox. You know, I personally do a lot of PC gaming when I'm not on stream. And so, you know, mine sits right here. So it's right there. It gets clock, it gets work, etc., etc. You know what I mean? The options that are in there between short and long sticks and you know, whatever, and changing D-pads, and there's stop triggers on the back, and you can adjust the height of the triggers and whatnot. So these also charge in the case, and they're USB Type-C, so that's great. And you know, it's a way to keep your controllers charged up, and you never have to worry about it. Real quick, let's double back to Switch real quick because I'm thinking about it, and now I'm thinking about controllers, and I know I left some stuff out. Let's talk about the Fusion Pro wireless controller. This is my go-to Switch controller. This controller is made by PowerA. It's $100, you know what I mean? And it's essentially a pro controller, literally. The faceplate comes off. You know, I also have a review of this on my unboxing channel, whatever, on my unboxing playlist, but this comes off. It's magnetic, it snaps into place. The sticks are able to be swapped out. There are also, there are paddles that go in the back. I don't use the paddles, that's just not me. I don't get down like that. So, you know, there's that. And then also for the Switch, the 8-bit dough, you know what I'm saying, arcade stick. I like fight sticks. If y'all don't know that, I like fighting games, you know what I mean? So fighting games are big to me, and it's like something that you can use, you know, and it's a good stick. You know, the Hori stick is like, I think it's overpriced. For the Switch, I think it's like $150, $160 or something like that, unless you get like that really cheap one, and you don't want the really cheap one. I mean, those are sound buttons. There are freaking, they're light ups, you know what I mean? And they're great, and they're easily moddable. So that's something that you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Yo, but Mike, what about, you know what I'm saying? And then when I'm thinking about it, I didn't cover PlayStation yet. PlayStation, PS5, let's be real. It's really hard to get one. I'm just going to be real with you. I'm going to be honest with you. If you can get a PS5, go for it. But there aren't really a lot of first party exclusives that you can't play on the PS5, and now some of them are coming to PC. You know what I mean? I think the only one you can really not play now is what, Demon Souls and Miles Morales, you know. But that being said, the Pulse 3D headset's a banger. Yo, these are legit. These are also legit. As I said, I like headphones, you know what I mean? Like, I have headphones all over the place. I got headphones here, you know what I mean? Like, I have headphones all over. So the Pulse 3D headsets, they're truly immersive, you know. The same thing can be said about the DualSense. If you don't have a PS5, but you want a new controller, get the DualSense. Don't buy another PS4 controller. Get the DualSense. Be ready for it. Yes, I have kitty paws. Put the kitty paws over. You know what I mean? And it's great. I know there's a lot of drops going on today and tomorrow at the time of this recording, so hopefully everybody can get their PS5 fixed or whatever. Other than that, you know, you're not really missing a lot. But again, that's a video that I'll be recording later, the first year of PlayStation and of Xbox. But Mike, what if I don't play video games? I just want to spend time with the family. Cool. I'm glad you asked. I got you. So again, holiday season, spending time with the family, etc., etc. And what better way is there to spend time with the family than board games, table games, being around, getting close? So a couple of my favorites. And anybody who knows me, who's been hanging around my channel for a long time, knew this was coming. It's Monopoly. This happens to be the Dragon Ball Super version, you know what I mean? But Monopoly in any form is absolutely great. This one's $40. I haven't opened it yet, you know what I mean? Monopoly is a great option. It's a great choice and investment for, you know what I'm saying, spending time with family, etc., you know what I mean? Another game that a lot of people like sleep on, you know what I mean, and it's starting to grow in popularity, is Dice Throne. Dice Throne it's 1v1, or you can play it in groups. You can pick, you know what I'm saying, you get sets like this one. This is season 2, you know what I mean, and this one's season 2. You get characters and you get powers and whatever else. You know what I'm saying, give you guys a look real quick. And yeah, I mean, like, you can roll and you play intricate games and whatnot, and Dice Throne's great, you know. It lets you freaking vary up, you know, your approaches. Everybody's not playing the same thing and everything is different, you know what I mean? So that's also an option. The last one I'm gonna recommend is some good old Wits and Wagers, you know what I mean? Like, Wits and Wagers is great, you know what I mean? You write down a question. So you read a question off, everybody writes down a guess, you know what I mean, and then you place your bets, you know what I mean, and if you're feeling confident, you're betting yourself, and you think other people know better, you know, so you bet on them. It's pretty much you're gambling with, you know what I'm saying, with points and whatever else. Like, so it's not gambling, it's family fun. You know what I mean? It's family fun. So there's that. Also, now let's move on to the side that I love the most, the content creation side. And let's be real, there are a lot of upgrades that people could use, a lot of upgrades that people could, like, you know what I'm saying, implement to just make their content better. And 1 or 2 changes will improve drastically, you know what I mean? So, for instance, a mouse will make a hell of a difference. So I currently use the Logitech G502. You know what I mean? This is currently the mouse that I'm rocking with. It's weighted, it's heavy. You know what I mean? Like, it's accurate. You can adjust the DPI through the Logitech G Hub app. It's good, you know what I mean? Where if you need to, like, do some stuff in Photoshop, or if you need to do some stuff in Premiere Pro, or even if you're trying to, you know, you're playing some PC gaming or whatever else, if you use the mouse and keyboard gimmick. I'm a controller dude, but you know what I'm saying? But a good, you know what I'm saying? You're only as good as your tools. You know what I mean? So I recommend that. Speaking of recommendations, you guys are seeing my face on it right now. I recommend the Elgato Face Cam. $200, but it's 1080p, 60 frames per second. You know what I mean? With Sony tech. You guys saw I did a review on this. Again, this is in the unboxings and whatever else, so you guys can see that all in the playlist. Everything that I'm going to talk about is probably more than likely in the playlist. You know what I mean? And you guys can see the, you know what I'm saying, just how good it look. And then, you know, I can change the settings on the fly while I'm in here. So if I want to make myself less dark, you know, because I like darkness, you know what I'm saying, I can turn the contrast down, like, mess with that or whatever, dude. Or, you know, I can resaturate myself. I can adjust the saturation a little bit, you know, like, you can do a lot of stuff on the fly with this. So hold on, let me put my saturation back. There we go. But for $200, you know, it's a great webcam. It's a great cam, you know. Another thing, that if you're a content creator that makes a lot of gaming stuff, you know, and you want to record your friends, your voice, or if you're like me and you stream from your PS5 or your PS4, you know what I mean, or, and you know what I'm saying, your friends don't want to use Discord, then you need a Chat Link Pro. This braided cable, you know what I'm saying, I've gone through like 18 chat links, like, no cap, no kidding. This is about, what, 20 bucks? I think I paid for this, 20 bucks on Amazon. And it removes that buzzing noise. If you're charging a controller and you have a chat link connected to it, there's a buzzing noise. This has the filter on it where you can isolate that and cut it out. It cleans up your system, and this works directly in the Nintendo Switch. So I think the Chat Link Pro is actually a really good investment, you know, for $20. Like I said, if you want to clean up stuff, if you're into the gaming space. If you guys are wondering, I'm in the gaming space because, you know, I stream content on Twitch, twitch.tv/MikeOfAllTrades YT. I was just streaming today. So literally, I'm recording this video after streaming. So, you know, another thing, speaking of streaming and whatnot, capture cards. Yes, I'm leaning down to grab capture cards because you need them. A capture card's a good investment to make content, you know what I mean? The 4K 60 Pro is an internal card. 4K 60 frames per second, again, great to use with one of the new gen consoles, or even your PS4 or an Xbox One X, or the HD 60S Plus 4K 60, again, You know what I mean? And this is an external version, so you can plug and play. You can take it with. This is my daily driver. You know what I'm saying? This is what I use on Twitch, you know, to actually get the job done. But what if you don't have a bunch of money for freaking an Elgato face cam, or if you don't have money for a microphone? Like currently I need to get a new mic, but I'm currently using the Razer Siren. I thought about getting the Wave 3 or Shure mic, because the Shure mics are on sale right now. What if you can't afford all that? What if you're just starting off and you're on a budget? Funniest thing in the world. And again, I've recorded a video on this. GameStop's got you. The Atrix streaming kit bundle. This comes with a decent webcam, a decent microphone, and a light. I'm actually using the light right now. This thing goes up, the light goes up to like freaking, what is it, 6,000 lumens? Like I said, I'm actually using them light, the cam right now, and it's a digital gauge, so the light is really freaking great. You know what I mean? It was, when I bought it, it was $100, and then they dropped it down to 60 really quick. So if you need something to get in the door, now granted, there's some caveats to this. You have to be like streaming through like OBS or XSplit or Streamlabs, or, you know what I mean, OBS Live. Like, this isn't a capture card, you know what I mean? Like, but if you have all these things and you just want to improve your setup a little bit, because lighting makes a difference. Like, lighting makes a difference, a camera makes a difference, and your sound makes a difference. If you can't afford a bunch of stuff, those are 3 things you want to focus on. Focus on your camera, focus on sound, focus on lighting. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And so, the last thing that I want to recommend, if you're somebody who's on the go all the time, or maybe you're somebody who has an AMD PC who had Windows 11 on it, and then the Windows 11 update is stupid and it bricked your PC and you had to get a new one. I wouldn't know anybody like that. I'm gonna recommend the Lenovo Ideapad. This is my Ideapad, about 17-inch screen. You know what I'm saying? It's got like 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM in it, I think. You know what I mean? And it's running like a Ryzen 5 in it. Let me open it up real fast and make sure to check. Yeah, it's got like a Ryzen 5 in it, but this thing can run video editing software. If you guys saw the Killer Instinct video, like, I recorded that and I edited it all on that laptop. Okay, granted, and yeah, I use the Xbox headset to record the microphone because the microphone's not that great. It's a 768 screen, you know, whatever, but it's for work purposes. If you need something to work on, and it can handle like gaming. You know, I was able to run Dragon Ball FighterZ on it on low, able to run Guilty Gear Strive, so it can handle like gaming. It can handle full video editing. You know what I mean? Like, at least DaVinci Resolve. I didn't try to put Adobe freaking Premiere on it, and let's be real, I barely edit through there anyway. I love DaVinci, and DaVinci's very resource intensive, so you know what I mean? Like, it can handle that just fine. Anyway, those are my recommendations for the holidays. Things that I want: Killer Instinct. I'm sorry, that's literally all I want for Christmas this year. You know what I mean? But those are things I think that a lot of people could use. You know what I'm saying? Some things that might be sought after, some things are gonna be hard to get. You know what I mean? But, you know, normally I would do a Black Friday video, but with all the Black Friday deals that are going on right now, buy 2 get 1 free at Target that Amazon's matching, and price drops and everything else, you know, people are really getting out the door. So I figured I'd rather put a video out like this of things that I would recommend, you know, for the gamer, for the retro, for the content creator. You know what I mean? I thought that would be more beneficial. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Yo, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not. Yo, turn on those notifications. Let me know in the comments, yo, do you own any of this stuff? Do you plan on getting any of this stuff? And does any of this stuff interest you? You know, let me know. Let's have a discussion in the comments. I'm MikeOfAllTrades. Thank you guys for watching, and happy holidays. Later.